Hello, hello, and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to D-Class. Today is a very exciting video and a long overdue video because today we are catching up with my Porsche 912. I have had many comments, many messages asking where on earth is my 912, because you may remember episode 1 here from D-Class, I took the car down here to get the interior done many months ago. Now, I've been an extraordinarily busy bee and I've just not been able to get down here to film an update episode with it. So, much to the guys' relief here, I have turned up to film with the car and update you all what has been going on, because they've been busy bees here and they've done some amazing work. I've actually just gone and checked it out before starting my intro here and I'm over the moon. So we're gonna go and have a little look at it, we're gonna go and speak to Dave, and we're gonna go and have a little lowdown of what they've been up to, because their work has been amazing and I cannot wait to show you this. So I've come in my Range Rover. For those that have not seen my Range Rover specking video, that is now live. I've ordered the new Range Rover and that is on the channel, but don't go and watch that yet because we've got some very exciting 912 related updates. So let's go. Here we go then, here she is. It's actually quite emotional. I haven't seen this car in literally months, and in my usual style, I'm interrupting people in their workplace doing things at school. Hello mate. How are you doing? Yeah, good, nice to see you. And you. I've actually already told them we've just met. I've already been here and poked around the car, so we can't pretend we've only just seen her. Anyway, right, the car is here. You guys have been very busy. You've done lots of cool work. Yes. I think you're best qualified to talk through what has gone on with the car. Also, very nice to see you since Modball Classic. Absolutely. Have you recovered?
Yeah, just about now. Very fun time. Very fun time.
Very fun. Very fun. It's very civilised. Yeah. Very civilised affair. Anyway, right. The car then, I can see it's all changing there.
Yeah, so obviously in your absence, we have, as most people would have seen, we've been getting on with stripping the vehicle out and we've actually got to the side of trimming on it now. The whole back end of the car is now pretty much there where we want it to be, and all of the carpet. So now that we've started to move on and go forward, obviously between yourself and myself, see, we're all being very busy. We finally got you down today to show you through everything we've done on the inside.
Cool.
So Max is just in there fitting up the rear door cappings. So yeah, I'd like to show you through. So the interior is now all completely carpeted throughout. As discussed, we've gone with the square box weave carpet right to the era when this car was made. We finished it off with some nice green leather vintage binding. We've even made some nice little housing areas that cover up some modern day electricals that are in the car. And one of the things that we discussed at the time was that we were going to use the distressed leather. Yep. Which we're really happy to show you with everything we've done in the rear. And not only did we just use a distressed leather, we've actually lasered into the leather an original houndstooth finish, like to what Porsche had, like normally doing cloth, but we've actually managed to make it look exactly so in this vintage leather.
That's really clever. It looks like fabric, but obviously that's going to be pretty much tear proof and a lot more durable as well.
Absolutely. And
this, so for the benefit of the viewers at home, this is all brand new. This whole, everything you can see here is completely brand new. But what we opted for, if you missed the first episode of this, we opted for this distressed kind of patterned leather, which I just think suits the era of the car a lot better. I didn't want it all shiny, and you guys actually advised that, you know, it's probably best not to do something that was all kind of glossy and shiny and horrible. So it looks unbelievable, it looks original, but it also just looks so smart. And we've got some news regarding the headliner as well. That's going to be improved. It's not actually too bad, it's not so saggy. There's some work that's going to be done on that. I don't think it's going to be too drastic, is it?
No, not until you decide whether you get to the point you're going to repaint it, or we can only get at so many areas because the glass ideally needs to be out, so we can get some proper tension. We will just tuck a bit in and steam a bit where we can.
I don't think it's too bad though, to be fair. It's a little bit mucky, terrible, but it's actually not, it's not sagging all over the gaff, so I'm not too petty about that. Right, so that's that then. Max is working away here. I'm so sorry, mate, barging in.
So you're here, you came down today, so it's just discuss over some of the electricals and the bits and pieces, what we're going to do with the dash, which, you know, we've now finalised exactly with what we're going to be doing there, and some, you know, some changes.
It's going to be a surprise because the car had this kind of aluminium plate across there, which was actually Mickey Mouse. to put it in a technical format. So it wasn't actually an original bit there. So we're going to do something fun with that, but I'm going to reveal that when the car gets collected. So we're not going to be doing too much of a reveal just now on that. But also, it's interesting they've got the speaker under there. There will be some audio stuff that whether or not it's done here, we don't know at this point. But there's going to be some exciting stuff coming there as well. I really enjoy these little booties in green here. And the gear knob as well, sorry, the handbrake is going to be replaced as well.
That, yeah. Because
it's a bit of a turd, actually.
So the door cards,
then.
you can see there, we have trimmed all of those, so they're about to be fitted on now. We've trimmed all of the door handles as well, elasticated pockets, like what they originally would have had as well.
They are mega, and they just look original. It's so good. If anyone saw them before in the previous episode, these things were like a wizard sleeve, I think I referred to them as. They were billowing all over the gaff, and now they're looking very taut and ready to store my belongings when I'm driving along the King's Road staring out the window. Very, very good stuff. Right then, for those that are really, really interested, I just want to show the attention to detail, because I don't think it's come across properly yet in the video, how amazing these guys are at what they do. So this is original Porsche bubble felt underneath the carpets. That's something that, to be honest with you, I didn't know had existed. And actually, I just want to show you, it's got new floors in. So early on with this car, I had to replace the floors almost straight away because it was going to turn into a Flintstones car. But they've also included this little shoulder just to go over the electronics there. So it is looking really, really good, not only above the surface, but beneath the surface as well. So they've actually custom fabricated some aluminium bits here. Those are original parts underneath that shoulder there, which they've repaired. And this whole back shelf over here is custom made, and they've got new sound felt under there as well. So it doesn't just look good, it's structurally sound, and it will also be a very, very nice place to sit as well. I'm over the moon with this. It just looks unbelievable. And before I actually really disappear, I just want to point something out that I'm going to do to the car, which I think is going to be really cool. I'm going to have my Porsche Club Italia badge, the badge that came on the car when I first got it, that is going to go back onto the dash there. And we're going to be doing some cool stuff with the seats in the car as well. So the original seats are going to be getting a makeover thanks to the guys here at D-Class. They're going to be doing something really interesting with them. So I'm going to catch up with them in due course, but it's literally just the dash, some electronics. I'm going to do some audio stuff as well. I think I'm going to order the Porsche Classic head unit to go in there as well and do all the audio. So it's going to be a really nice place to sit. But I'm going to keep the patina on the outside of the car because there's paint cracks, there's bubbles, there's all sorts of things all over the car. But now I know it's structurally sound, the engine's rebuilt, the audio is going to be done, and the full interior is done. It's going to be a really, really cool place to sit. I just love the scruffy vibe on the outside. We will be fixing that next year or later this year with Rint, I believe. It's going to go through a full bare metal resto at Rint at some point, because I don't think it's going to last forever in its current state. But for the meantime, when this comes back, when it's all done, I'm just going to enjoy it, and I'm just going to bat it around the place, go to some meets, hopefully do a road trip. Feeling brave, hopefully do a road trip to Germany. But above all else, I just can't wait. And the values of these things, it's horrible to talk about it, but the values of these things have gone nuts. In a recent video with Mr. Lee Sibley on the Nineworks channel, the 912 and Carrera GTs were actually both cited as two examples of cars that have gone through the roof in value in the past 18 months. So bought well on it again, almost by accident really. Anyway, so that then concludes this little update with the 912. I just want to say actually something that I'm aiming to do with this car and a lot of my other cars. I'm going to add a climate positive badge to the car. I'm going to put it in the windscreen. Some of you will have seen climate positive popping around on Instagram. Effectively what it does, it enables you to make your vehicle carbon neutral. You buy the badge, you put it in your windscreen, and it enables you to be carbon neutral and also fund amazing projects. From things like funding eco-friendly schools and rural grid projects in lesser developed countries, through to anti-deforestation campaigns, having a badge on your car will enable you to fund such things and also offset your carbon footprint, which is really cool and particularly important in cars like this that are not particularly environmentally friendly. It's a really cost-effective way and cool way of getting that done and actually giving something a little bit back. So I'm going to be updating all my fleet, or most of my fleet anyway, to have climate positive badge in it. So I've actually just been told by my courier that mine have just arrived at my house. So I will be adding this to the windscreen when I come back to collect this car, and I will be adding it to my GT3 RS and a couple of my other cars as well. So that is a really cool scheme. I'm actually going to leave the details to that below the video to go and check out, but they're a really cool bunch and they're doing amazing things, so please do go and check that out and actually get involved. And I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible with your climate positive badges on your cars. From myself and my 912, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out D-Class's channel because there's a full in-depth update of how they've done a lot of the stuff behind the scenes here. Some real nitty-gritty and the real clever stuff behind what goes on here at D-Class, not just with this car, but also everything else they're doing. They're an amazing, amazing bunch. They've been in the game decades and they are unbelievable at this stuff. So make sure you go and check those guys out. I will leave the link to their video below this one. And of course, I will leave the link to the climate positive badge, which you should all get and put in your gas guzzling cars as soon as you can. For now, thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe, blah, 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 and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.